I'm click the button.
Do it.
I just heard what it would be like to live in hell.
Oh yeah? Where'd you catch that? Do it.
It was. I just heard what it would be like to live in hell. It was a video of a parrot, and the parrot was singing, and there were like all these other birds making god awful screeching sounds in the background, and I'm just like, that's what hell must sound like, because it sounds fucking horrible. Like, how do you live in that house? Like, there's literally like a half dozen other birds just making screeching noises constantly.
It's like fucking squawking and screeching.
Yeah, I don't understand people that own birds as pets. I'm down with any other kind of pet. Like, you know, you got ferrets, or you got lizards, you got turtles, snakes, fish. I don't know. Maybe you keep a snail.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah,
fucking
even
birds.
One bird. Yeah, like even one bird kind of sucks, but like one bird wouldn't be so bad. But if you got a bunch of them that are constantly squawking like that, fuck you.
That just means you made really bad decisions and then continued to double down on bad decisions.
Yeah.
Like, you got one bird. You should have known how awful that was as a decision to make. And then you went out and got more birds. I can't hang out with you. Like, I don't know who that is. But you got more than one bird.
You obviously... Yeah. Person obviously hates themselves and just wants to torture themselves.
Yeah, if it was just one bird, I think I could be friends with that person. Like, all right, you realized you made a mistake and then you stopped, and now you're stuck with this bird, and you're not a monster. You're not going to just, kill it. But more than one bird? Oh, clearly you're not a sane individual. Yeah. We can't have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot be around someone who despises himself this much.
No, it does not work at all. It's God damn.
Yeah.
Just it's like
shit, we went live already, yeah?
Yeah, it's like the perfect temperature for a nap right now.
Oh God!
Just warm enough, but not too cold and not too hot. And you're like, oh, this is prime napping time.
Okay. Yeah, for me here, it's the perfect temperature for like heat stroke.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Not really. I guess there actually technically is higher temperatures, but it's like 105 today.
Okay, we're looking at like 81 degrees outside, so it's not terrible at all.
Right.
Like, and it's going to start cooling down here in a little bit. So it might get up to like 83 or 84 at the most, but then it's going to cool right off. But it's 84 degrees in my room anyway, so I just, open the window and get the fresh air instead of being stuck in here with the fucking window closed at the same temperature.
Nice.
So for California, that's not too bad. It's when it gets up to the 90s, and we're like, oh God, it's too hot.
Yeah.
Whereas in Arizona, I'm sure. Huh?
Yeah, that reminds me. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be on vacation.
Oh, nice.
It's like the 19th through the 26th or 27th, somewhere in that area. Yeah, I'll give you the specific dates, but yeah, that week I am most likely not going to be doing the show.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good.
Yep. Actually, hold on. Might as well get the exact date here. Second. Yeah, the 19th through the 26th. So the 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. I'll be in Carlsbad.
Carlsbad. What did Carl do that was so bad? I don't understand.
Yeah. No one heard, even me, dude. Oh, fuck. But yeah, my son had looked up the temperature just now when we were going, get his check and shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's again 105 here. He's like, oh yeah, look, it's 65 degrees in Carlsbad right now.
Good Lord, that's nice. That's the temperature I
Yeah.
want
Oh
it
yeah.
to
Well,
always
it's
be.
yeah. Well, that's the whole San Diego area, dude. Like it's fucking between like 65 and 75, like year fucking round. I mean,
Yeah.
occasionally you'll get the hot days, but again, it's rarely that it gets above like 85. I think I've only been there like one time that it was above 85. And again, 90% of the time it's below 75.
Damn, that's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah.
That
You're not
does sound
familiar with
pretty
San
fucking.
Diego? I mean,
I've never
Diego
been into
weather is.
San Diego. No, I never gone there.
Yeah, but I mean, you've heard of it, right? I mean, it is pretty like kind of world renowned fucking weather.
I knew it was good weather. I assumed it was like anywhere else, and it would regularly hit things like 80 degrees on a like it wasn't that fucking like crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
Good.
pretty rare, dude.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, something about the topography or whatever the fuck, the big harbor maybe, whatever it is, dude, man. Yeah, it's just always fucking awesome, dude.
That does sound pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think one time me and my brother went. I think the Lions were playing the fucking Chargers. And that was like the nearest. I wanted to go to the Lions game, and that was the nearest. They were coming to where I lived.
Yeah.
So we went to the Lions Chargers game, and yeah, that day it was like 91 or something like that, and that's like the only time I can remember being there when it was again over 85 degrees. And we're usually there like at either the end of June or early to mid July, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
that's actually pretty nice,
overcast,
man.
but,
I gotta say, that's
yeah, no, that's why, dude. It's my favorite place on the fucking planet, dude.
It's why you
San
go to
Diego.
vacation there all the time. It seems, it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure, man. Great beaches everywhere. Fucking yeah, like the Carlsbad beaches. They got like I think 3 separate little beach locations. All of them pretty nice. Obviously, nice beaches up and down the fucking coast.
Damn.
But yeah, I fucking love that place, especially coming from this shit. I was telling my mom last night, I'm like, yeah, no, last year, even though I got like food poisoning the first night and I was sick the whole fucking week, basically, I'm like, I would still rather have been in San Diego with food poisoning for a week than be sitting back here in this fucking 110 degree bullshit.
Damn.
And not have food poisoning. Like, I'd literally rather be sick in San Diego than being totally perfectly well being here that time of year.
That does sound pretty fucking I want to do the same thing. I'm in. That sounds pretty fucking good.
Dude, you should come down. Do you have any vacation?
I have a ton of vacation.
Dude, come down. Seriously.
I don't have any money.
Yeah, do you have enough to at least get here and like feed yourself maybe?
Probably not. No.
God.
I'm still in the hole from that computer. I gotta pay that off as fast as possible before I do anything else. Any other fucking any other spending I'm doing, I'm absolutely doing that. But that for a future plan, that's definitely something I think I should try to do. It would be interesting to actually fucking meet each other.
Yeah. Well, this year would be perfect because it's fucking literally right now. There's only 3 of us going in a 3-bedroom fucking suite.
Oh, nice.
It's only me, my mom, and my son. Like right now, those are the only 3 people going.
Oh no. Yeah, it'll never be that perfect again.
Yeah. Well, it might be. I don't know. These fucking idiots, for whatever reason, don't want to go. And I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're not going to be there. But
all right, I like that. I can totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah, no, it sounds like this would be the time to go.
Nah, but yeah, one of these years it'd be nice, dude. Fucking come down, hang out for a week. Save up now.
I think what would be nice is, depending on where I'm at financially, it'd be nice if I had my van.
Yeah.
Have that fucking van. Also, I got to go down and get some X-rays and hopefully start working with this doctor on getting my back stuff under control. Because it'd be nice if I could walk for more than like a minute or two. If I'm going to go all the way down to somewhere like Carlsbad, I'd like to be able to do more than just sit in someone's fucking vacation house. Because right now it'd be kind of like, yeah, let's hang out and I'll just stay at your house forever. And you guys go have fun at the beach and shit.
No, that does kind of suck, dude. Because yeah, like my back is messed up, but like it definitely makes it worse, but not a whole lot. Like it's gonna hurt anyway, no matter whether I do anything or not.
Yeah.
So any of the activity shit doesn't really fuck with me like that. Yeah. But yeah, if you really literally can only walk for like a minute or two and then you're done, that sucks.
Like figure, you know, when you go to like your doctor, you know, I don't know if what doctor you're with, but I'm with Kaiser. So if I go like to the doctor, getting across the fucking parking lot and into the doctor's office is like as far as I can go. And then I gotta like sit down for like a good 15 minutes before I can like get up and start moving around again because my back is all fucked, you know? It's like...
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, like I can walk around the house where I work and I can do all the room checks and everything, but I can't really do much else.
Yeah. That sucks.
I mean, it is what it is. I try not to fucking... I need to just get off my lazy ass and start like fucking, I don't know, like pacing around the backyard or something. You know, like just...
Yeah, like, is there any like stretches and shit you can do that actually helps to kind of...
No, not that I've found so far.
Really.
Like I've tried like yoga and I've tried, you know, my doctor sent me to stretching classes before, and I tried those for a while, but they didn't do anything. It just like was a complete waste of my fucking time.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Because at least mine, like, I can stretch it out and be okay for a little bit.
Yeah. I just want to get back to the point where I can go out and walk for like, you know, a half hour, an hour at least. That'd be nice.
Yeah, you know, I hear you, man.
Take a light hike in the fucking out in the redwoods and shit, because there's some great hiking trails that I used to go on all the time.
Yeah.
Because generally, like before I started with my back problems, I would just go spend the day walking up and down the beach. Like they just leave it like, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning if I didn't have work or something, and just fucking start walking and go walk like, you know, 10 miles down the fucking beach and back, you know, like...
Yeah, fucking A, dude.
Climbing across the fucking cliff sides and shit. You know, like, I did not like to... I don't like being at the house. It's not my preference.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I'm not sure about this doctor either. I may have to change doctors again, because this doctor started talking about how, like, oh, well, you know, you just need to maybe go on a plant-based diet or do this fucking meal replacement product that we sell through Kaiser. And I'm like, well, I'd like to get the pain under control and be able to get out and do some exercising as well as the diet. Oh, well, exercising doesn't do much for your diet. It's all about calories. Fucking what? Are you retarded? Go fuck yourself. You know, like, exercising doesn't help you lose weight. Shut the fuck up, doctor. They give you a fucking Cracker Jack box fucking diploma at the fucking doctor school.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's just saying, like, you know, diet is more important than exercise, I can kind of see that. Because, you know, it's...
well, yeah, if you're eating like 7,000 calories a fucking day, yeah, it's not going to make a difference. But if you're eating like a normal amount of food, say like a standard 2,000 calories a day, 2,200 calories a day, for most people that's probably about average. and you're exercising, it's going to be a big difference between, you know, even then cutting back from there and then doing exercise, it would still be a big difference. You know, it's like the exercise makes a difference.
I think it is. I think diet is, for me anyway, but diet is actually more important than exercise. But yeah, exercise will definitely fucking help, dude. What the fuck?
I think it's just a combination of both, because at the end of the day, it's how many calories you use versus how many you take in. So how much you exercise makes a big difference, just as much as how much you eat. Like you can't have one or the other, because it's all about calories.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like looking at like is it more realistic for me to not be able to get up and walk around because this fucking doctor won't give me any sort of pain medication or treatment, or, you know, I don't know, potentially I think I need some surgery or something. And then to try to cut down to like 1,000 calories a day, is that more real, or is it more real to like cut down to like 1,600 calories a day and be able to get up and go out and exercise on a regular basis, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, there's realistic diets, and then there's like, you know, what the doctor's prescribing.
Nah.
Oh, just drink a shake twice a day and you'll be fine. Fuck you.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, drink a shake twice a day, you'll be miserably starving, and then you'll go and you'll fucking eat something anyway, and it'll be something you shouldn't eat because you're already fucking cheating on your diet. Like, it's a stupid fucking concept.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, the exercise lowers your cholesterol, lowers your blood pressure, lowers all the other negative side effects that your weight, you know, can cause. So it's not like, I don't know, the whole thing is just dumb as shit. It's like one of those things, it's like, it doesn't make any sense, because it's losing weight is good. And you shouldn't really, I don't know, I can't imagine why you would, yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah. Eesh. I should probably be doing one or the other. I should probably be either dieting or exercise.
I just think you do both, you know, like to me, that's always been my standard. Yeah. Like, that's how I lost a whole bunch of weight the last time I lost a whole bunch of weight, was just to, you know, exercise and diet, like both.
Yeah, no, it's way faster. Yeah.
Well, and then
like,
and then if you're
with just diet,
yeah,
but it would take like 3 times as long.
Well, and then after the initial like first month or so, it starts to feel really good. You know what I mean? Like, you just feel like, oh, this feels good. I'm feeling like I'm in great shape. You know, like I like being able to get out and go walk, and I'm taking trails I wouldn't normally take.
Yeah, no, it's huge. When I'm doing both, when I'm doing, you know, a decent, reasonable diet and exercising, I can easily drop a pound a day for at least the first month. Yeah,
easily. I was losing, on average, like 5 to 6 pounds a week or so, I think.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're at, though, too, because I'm starting pretty high. I'll probably lose a lot more than a pound a day.
Yeah, same here, dude. No, the last time that I went really hard at it, I dropped 30 pounds in a month, and I dropped another 30 pounds over the next 2 months. So like 60 pounds in like 3 months.
Oh, I kept the fucking 30 pounds a month easily. Like, I did. I went, the first time I did it, I got up to 360 pounds, and then I was, within the first 3 months, I was down to like 290, 280 or something. I dropped pretty fast.
Yeah. I think I was probably around 340, I think, when I had started. So right in that same area. Oh, wait, no, it must have been. No, it wasn't that high, because I got down to like 257. So I must have been around 320. Because, yeah, 257. Yeah, I was definitely looking good. Yeah, I can't get too much lower than that.
Yeah, well, I got down to
220.
240.
Honestly,
Was
220 is probably
I
my ideal weight. Yeah, like with my body type and all that, like 220 is probably 15, 220, somewhere in that area. It's as low as I could get. Well, before I'd probably actually start looking fucking like skeletal or something.
Yeah, I'd love to get down 220.
Big
I'd probably
type.
be like bodybuilder looking, just because I'd have no more body fat.
Yeah, same here, man.
Should be fun.
So yeah.
And the thing is, like, I loved exercising. I loved getting out and like walking hard every day or hiking for like a couple of hours out in like and I'm not talking that like 15-degree barely incline. I'm talking it was like, oh god, some of these things were almost straight up. The trails I used to walk.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the exercise. It makes it a lot easier having the TVs or something to listen to, like a podcast or something like that.
Oh yeah,
makes it way easier because I used to just do it literally with not much to distract me.
Yeah.
Like they'd have the TVs, but I wouldn't have headphones to actually listen. You know what I mean, to what they're actually saying and shit. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, now you got the headphones you plug into the fucking whatever machine you're on, and you can listen to whatever channel you want.
Oh yeah, my favorite was
that's a huge difference.
I would just get like one of those little MP3 players with the fucking, it also picks up radio signal.
Yeah,
and you put it in like a little arm strap, cool. And that way you can listen to like radio if you got like a radio show that's going at that time of day. Because you get to you learn all the radio shows, or at least I used to, because I used to listen to radio at work a lot. But I'd either listen to radio shows or I'd just put on my own mix of like whatever MP3s I had on there. Put it in my little armband, strap in my headphones, and just go out into the woods,
Yeah. Yeah, at the gym, it's basically just whatever's on TV usually. Or again, depending on the time of day.
See, I even had my own weight bench. I didn't have to go to the gym because I had a weight bench, free weights. I, go out hiking and stuff for my fucking cardio. Dancing every fucking week. I'd go out dancing at least twice a week. I'd be doing like 2 hours of lessons and then like 4 or 5 hours of dancing at least every Friday.
Yeah. So you automatically get that exercise as part of your work.
Well, the dancing didn't really feel like exercise, to be fair. That felt like a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed, like, the lifting weights, and I loved the hiking. So none of it really felt like a chore that you had to do, which is what I liked about that over the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you go to the gym, you're like, oh, okay, I have to do 15 reps on this machine, that machine, that machine. Let me get my towel. Now I got to go put up with the fucking psycho grunters that are going to be there that are like, raw, those fucking retards that are going to be at the fucking gym.
Yeah, it's annoying, dude.
The fucking do you even lift bros that want to tell me how to fucking do everything that I'm not really interested in hearing. Like, it's like, nah, dude, you're clearly looking at like serious joint issues in like a month, so I'm going to pass, homie. Like, yeah, your muscles are big now, but you're going to be fucked down the road because I can see the way you're doing it is not the correct way to lift those weights. I'll just listen to the trainer that I got, that I hired for like the first couple of weeks here at the gym and told me how to do everything correctly and has a fucking like, went to school to be a trainer.
Yeah.
Sorry, like the one gym I went to was kind of like a really nice executive gym, and they actually had like certified trainers, and they hooked you up as a standard. You had to get the trainer for the first month you were there, like every time. So
gotcha.
It was kind of nice.
Yeah, no, that's huge. Yeah, and unsolicited advice at the gym is just obnoxious.
Yeah, it's like if I wanted it, I would have asked.
Yeah, if someone comes up and you're like, dude, how do you lift? How do you get looking like that or whatever? That's fine.
Yeah, if I go up and ask,
but
sure.
Yeah, just going up to somebody that obviously doesn't look like they're in search of any advice and fucking telling them some shit. Yeah, that's pretty obnoxious.
Yeah, it's very very irritating. I never was a fan of that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll pass, dude. You need to not. Yeah, the key element there is the ask. If I've asked, or if you see somebody doing something dangerous, you may want to be like, hey,
Yeah.
you might injure yourself the way you're doing that. If you'd like, I could show you a better way, or maybe you want to talk to somebody. Like you're genuinely being concerned.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, if somebody came up and said like, "Hey, you're lifting that wrong. You might really injure your fucking arm or something," I'd be like, "Oh, well, tell me more." Like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's different situations. But yeah, just wanted to flex your fucking knowledge.
Oh, you ever see like the lightning fast
shitty
lifters?
Knowledge.
The people that are like lifting it as fast as they can, like it's a race.
Yeah, those are fucking bizarre.
Yeah,
they'll take like a 30-second break and do it again.
Yeah. You're just sitting there like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? like, why are you so intense, man? Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, I'm loving my new computer, but it's such a fucking pain in the ass. I can't get the fucking drive I bought with it to work with it.
With like only like a 30-second break. There's some say that's actually better for building muscle and shit. But I'm kind of...
there's a lot of weird things people say will help with building muscle.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm aware, regularly lifting weights and eating a healthy diet is really the only way to build muscle, and you can't really target muscle as much as the people seem to think you can. Or maybe that's just like the fat loss. Like, you can't really target where your body's going to take fat away from it. Like you can't just specifically... I think that might be what I'm thinking of. Is you can't like, oh, I'm just going to work on belly fat today. Like, there's no way to like... specifically like lose weight off of your thighs or your back or your butt or your stomach or your arms or something like that. It's not that easy.
It's hard, but I do like 30 of them.
Oh, you cut out for a second for me there.
It's cutting out. But yeah, basically if it's something that I can do a bunch of times and it's like pretty...
Oh, weird. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Why is this connection dying again? Maybe it's my connection. Maybe my internet's not good. I have had some issues with my internet. Yo, are you still there? I think my internet kind of went a little wonky for a minute there.
What the fuck?
I think my internet. I don't think it was yours. I don't think that was your internet that was having a problem. I think it was mine. Just to keep that clear.
Oh, okay. I at least heard you that time.
Yeah, I think my internet went like fucking widgy for a second. It just was like fucking up. So
okay.
So we should be good.
You're cutting in and out a little bit still, but I think it's all right. I think it's all right now. I think we're gonna be okay.
All right, let's see if that helps. No, did we lose somebody? Oh, what's up, Fading Dark? How's it going? Oh, she says you can target fat, but I've never seen anybody be able to do it, and I've always heard you can't. So I don't know, like.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense that you can.
Just let them rip a muscle or tear a tendon or break a limb.
Right.
Job security.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a nurse for you right there. Yeah, it's fucking. Hey, if you want to lift your weights at light speed and end up breaking, half your fucking joints up, yeah. Nurses are there to help.
I need a lot of repeat business. Fuck. Oh man. Yeah. Did you follow any of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit?
Yeah, I heard that finally it ended and Depp won. Depp won a bunch of fucking money, like 10 million. You said. You said 10 million. I saw 15 online, so I don't know.
Well, yeah. What happened is they basically awarded Depp 10 million, and then they awarded him 5 million punitive damages, so a total of 15. But in Virginia, the limit is 350,000 for punitive damages.
Oh, so even though they awarded him,
that got knocked down.
Yeah, he couldn't get that much anyway.
Limited. It had to be limited to the 350, so he got like 10.3 million basically. Yeah. And then somehow one of the three main things or whatever, Adam Waldman's tweets about it. Apparently they found one of those, they found him guilty or liable or whatever the fuck, and gave her 2 million. So yeah, it ended up at roughly 8.3 million for Depp. And again, I think I was mentioning it when I posted that, but I'm like 90% sure there was one juror that was just being a fucking asshole, that was just refusing, that was like, well, we got to give her something, you know, what's so bad for her? Or, you know, something along those lines. Or she was just a militant fucking feminist or something.
There's always one. There's always one. Or a dude. It could have been a dude. There's those fucking simpy guys out there.
Yeah.
He was looking at her eyes across the courtroom, and he thought she was going to give him a blowy if he helped her fucking not lose too much, you know.
Yeah, so I'm thinking there was one person that was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to vote for him if we're not going to also at least give her something. And everyone was like, fine, fuck. So they're like, all right, we're not giving her all three of the things. We'll pick out one and give her a couple million. Yeah, because I just don't see how she remotely proved her case. Because again, she was suing Depp over something that his lawyer, not his publicist or anything like that, his lawyer tweeted out. And I don't believe, unless I missed the evidence somewhere, I don't believe they ever proved any link.
Yeah.
Like that Depp instructed him to do any of that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think it almost certainly, and I assume they're going to end up talking to all these jurors and shit, and that's probably going to be the story, something along those lines.
Aren't those, honestly, I think the juries in any case like this should, be restricted from being able to talk to the fucking press. You're not allowed to discuss your decision making with the press or anything like that. Just not because I for their own fucking protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people have no experience with Hollywood or any of the crazy shit that goes on around it. They're all better off just fading into nothing. You know what I mean? None of them need to have that 10 minutes to 15 minutes of fame. If they're smart, they'll just walk the fuck away and not talk to anybody. That's what I do. I just be like, stay the fuck away from me. I don't want nothing to do with any of y'all motherfuckers. I did my duty. I served on the jury, and we're fucking done.
Yeah, I could kind of see that. And it's not anything I need to know. I'm just kind of curious and would like to know.
I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I'd absolutely. I'll definitely be interested in hearing about it. I just think for their own sake, they should be restricted from talking. You know what I mean? Purely for the benefit of the jury, in my opinion, that they should just fucking not talk. My benefit, I'd love to hear what they were thinking. Then I can hate them or like them or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty surprising. But yeah, literally every single count against Heard was like, yep. And then again, only one of the three for Amber. All the rest were no. Because again, there's 3 separate little questions for each one. They're like, all right, was this did you believe this was about Depp? Yes. Okay. Do you believe it caused him harm? Yep. Do you believe it was done with malice? Yep. And all that shit for all 3 of them. And then, hers was just no's except for the 3 yeses on one of the 3.
What was the three? Well, the one that he got busted on.
Yeah, well, the three were the three tweets, the three separate tweets, essentially.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, what tweets? What did he say that she got $2 million for?
Yeah, basically calling it a hoax, saying all the shit didn't happen, which again is almost certainly true. So that's why I'm really confused.
Somebody on that jury is a piece of shit for sure, because none of that stuff was even remotely.
Yeah, I think they had some misplaced sympathy. I think they had. I gotcha. Yeah, somebody had some misplaced sympathy for Amber Heard, because if you're watching the trial, I don't know how you could have any sympathy for her. She's fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, I think that's like the one thing that everybody agrees on, regardless of political leanings or anything else. Like, this sort of transcends the politics thing to the point where everybody just hates Amber Heard because Johnny Depp is just a really nice guy. And that was really demonstrated, I think, more than anything when she was dumb enough to bring up the fucking Kate Moss stuff.
Yep.
And it's like, no, not only did he not push me down the stairs, he ran down the stairs, carried me to my hotel room, got me a doctor, like took care of me in every way. It was just like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, if she had not said, because one of the big ones, she said, well, I hit him this one time because he was about to push my sister down the stairs, and then I was thinking stairs and Kate Moss, and like when she's telling the story or whatever, and you could see Johnny's team was like, all right, we got her. All of them were like, so happy, dude. And they're all looking at each other and like congratulating themselves, basically. They're like, all right, now we get to call Kate Moss in.
Yep.
We would not have been able to if that dumb bitch didn't just say that.
Well, and every single one of Johnny Depp's like ex-girlfriends or like friends or anybody that like has worked with him for any length of time was like, oh, he's amazing. Like they were just like, every single person was just like, he's the nicest guy. And it just ruined her case.
Dude, he had multiple.
Horribly. That was so funny.
He had multiple people that worked with him for like 10, 20, 30 years, dude. And they absolutely love the guy. Yeah. And for her, her assistants are constantly quitting because she's a fucking mega bitch.
That was fucking hilarious, yeah. Oh,
no.
God.
Yeah.
Like the number of people that either worked for her or were like friends of hers. And I say that with quotation marks. I don't know if you can hear the quotation marks in that statement, but they're there.
Yeah, I got you. I picked it up.
Friends of hers who all were like, oh, she's awful. No, everything he says is true. Yeah. She's a terrible person.
Yeah, and the few that were still willing to testify for her, which is pretty much just her sister and that Rocky Pennington bitch or whatever.
Yeah.
But most of them were just essentially hangers-on, like, fucking leeches. Mostly off of Johnny, really. But I assume they knew it would end, that...
well, and then Johnny's got a whole bunch of other issues after this shit also, and just a bunch of money was stolen from him. So he's got other shit to deal with, too. I feel bad for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's still doing all right, though. But, yeah, he's not
going to have to go be a Walmart greeter. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't feel that much sympathy for the fucker.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking, I never actually heard about it because there was at some point, $650 million was gone. I assume he had to have recouped at least some of that, maybe even most, but I never actually heard how that story turned out. I need to look that up. Because, god damn, dude. First of all, having $650 million to lose, that's got to be awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking nice, I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look that up because I assume it was, I guess, whoever was managing it shit.
That's a whole fucking...
Yeah. So I think it was whoever was handling his books and shit, probably. Who else would have access to that much of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it had to be somebody like that. Yeah. They're like, well, shit, I can probably get this transferred to the Cayman Islands or something and fucking get the fuck out of the country. I just, I may not be able to go back to the U.S. anymore, but I'll have $650 million to cushion the blow of not being able to go back to the U.S. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a horribly scummy thing to fucking do.
Oh wow, he lost $22 million just in the one Pirates fucking movie that he lost because of Amber Heard. So that's not even counting like the fucking Harry Potter shit that he would have been in. Or I think there was one other.
He actually got paid for at least the one. Yeah, he got paid for the one, even though they cut his part out. But yeah, any subsequent ones, the Fantastic Beasts or whatever, yeah, he would have definitely been making a good chunk of change.
Johnny Depp tells court he lost $650 million in movie earnings. Discovered at a meeting with his accountant in 2016 that he had lost $650 million in movie earnings immediately prior to an incident. He's suing a bunch of fucking he's suing a bunch of other people too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So the $650 million is the amount of money he would have earned had Amber Heard not made all this bullshit up.
Gotcha.
Is what he's saying.
Jesus.
Okay, so he didn't actually misplace $650 million.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Although I'm pretty sure somebody did jack up several million, though, right?
Oh no! Wait. Depp says he had found out that he had lost $650 million he had made from movies due to alleged financial mismanagement. Depp discovered the tax had not been paid on his behalf for 17 years, meaning that he owed $100 million in back taxes.
Wow.
That's still $550 million you would have that should still be there after you pay the taxes. Right. Yeah, he earned $60 million in that financial year anyway, so I don't really care about. I mean, that's a lot of money to lose. And that's fucked, but
he's still okay. He's still fine. He can keep his island and his regular house and the house in the Bahamas and all that shit.
So I'm guessing. Okay. I'm guessing some sort of accountant ran off with close to $600 million. $500 million. That's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah, you would almost have to hire like a never-ending stream of people to watch the people that are watching your people watching people. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to have so many checks, because again, if it's just one, two people, or even a couple people that are handling all that shit, that's so much money. It's so much temptation, dude. Like, I like to think I would never do anything like that, but god damn, dude. I know a lot of people are, shitty. So, yeah, I would never trust any one person to handle all that shit. I'm thinking like a good dozen. You have to hire like a good dozen people that are all checking each other's work.
God damn, that's crazy. So, so there's business managers and accountants that fucked him over. He claims the amount is $650 million all gone. I would say probably that's bullshit. You gotta understand, like there was that story in the court case where he just footed the bill for that artist and then paid to have an art show and all this other shit for that guy, just so that guy could launch his career, which is awesome to do. And hey, that's awesome. But that's probably the kind of shit he does. I'm assuming in a lot more than just that one instance. And so I'd be willing to bet it's a combination of him just not being very aware of how much money he's spending on that kind of shit. How many artists has he supported, and then the business managers and accountants probably skimming a little off the back end as well. And not paying his taxes and keeping the tax money instead of paying it. So I'm sure he lost, a few $100 million, but I doubt it was 650. You know what I mean? Probably more like $300 million, and he probably owed $100 million in taxes. Yo, you still there? No! I've lost him. He's dead. Nothing can be done about it. No, it's over. It's all over. We're all gonna die.
What the fuck? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you hear any of what I said?
Yeah, I heard all of it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Up until the last 10 seconds, I guess, when I clicked off and clicked back on. But
yeah.
you were kind of weird. Wasn't.
Did I do good panicking? I was trying to panic. I don't know if I did it right, though.
Yeah, you did well enough, dude.
Oh, man. Yeah, I figure he probably lost somewhere around 300 million, and he's making it sound like more, even though, because I would be willing to bet, like, I'm sure there was mismanagement of funds on both the business managers and his side, because, you know, that's just how actors are.
Yeah. He's an actor. He's going to be overly dramatic about it too. He's not immune from that.
Exactly. Oh, there's still a fucking protective piece of plastic on my mouse, and I didn't even notice it.
Damn, dude.
Well, okay, so now I have two computers in my room, right? I have my old desktop by my bed, so I can use that for, like, watching movies and shit. And I got my new desktop for gaming up on my desk. So one of the things that came with the new computer was just a shitty little, like, crap mouse, and I've just been using that with my old computer. So I didn't realize it had a bunch of protective covering on the edges of it, like the weird little plastic edges of it. So I was like, oh, it looks so odd. I better take a little more examination. Although the Snowball mic I got is really nice for $50, I'm certainly not complaining. I'm assuming the sound quality for you is pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah. I should really probably invest a little money in a halfway decent mic or headset or something.
No, I mean,
one of these days
you could spend like $30 and get a really good microphone. It's not. You don't even have to spend $50 like I did on the Snowball.
Yeah, although I'd prefer a headset just because I move around too much while I'm doing the show, you know what I mean? Although I don't have to.
Well, you got to get a headset.
Sit my ass down.
Get a headset and then get a microphone boom arm. You know, like it's a big arm about maybe 2 feet, 4 feet long, but 2 feet and it bends in the middle. And just attach that to the headset. And then you could have the really nice microphone just hanging in front of your face on the boom arm the whole time.
Yeah.
I figured the whole thing would probably weigh a good, like, 15, 20 pounds to put on your head. That's not much, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you should be fine. You should be absolutely fine.
Yeah, throw a selfie stick on there, too, man, and do video.
Yeah. Duct tape that shit to the side.
Yeah.
And then, or you spend like, you know, go to those Lavelle mics for like a couple $100, you know, like super high quality, like microphone about the size of the tip of your thumb that you can just like pin to your fucking shirt.
Oh, right.
And plug into a wireless thing that connects to your computer. I like that's a good way to go. Clearly,
yeah, I really should do something.
Solution. Yeah, I mean. Or, yeah, you know, your headset seems to work fine. It doesn't seem like the headset is the problem as much as the internet. It's just you have a bunch of headsets that don't fucking work that you keep for some reason.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm constantly cycling through them, new ones. It's the same type, though. You know what I mean? They're all the same type.
Yeah.
I only save the ones because, yeah, I mean, like if one side or the other is out, I can still use that, like, when I'm listening to videos and shit. But when I'm doing the show, I have, you know, I'm using one that, you know, everything works. Huh. But again, it's still shitty quality fucking microphone on a shitty fucking set of earbuds.
Right on.
So I'm thinking if I got a decent headset with a decent mic quality on the headset, that would work well. Because like I said, that way I can still, you know, wander around, you know, get something to drink, whatever I'm doing during the show. I'm generally just using my phone and
Wandering around.
generally wandering around. Yeah, pretty much.
Is there like a helmet you can get that holds the phone right in front of your face? You could FaceTime. That could be your camera. Oh, apparently I locked my door, and that's not enough. People just keep banging on my fucking door, so I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, all right, man.
Because, not answering the first time means I just knock louder.
It's pretty disappointing. Nobody showed up for my the absence. Although I only sent messages to Samaj and Satan and Satire. So neither of those two showed up for the early show. I kind of fucking suck. What else is happening in the world today?
Ugh. God, that's fucking obnoxious.
Lock
my door to make it
really
clear
important?
that I'm not interested, and it's like, oh no, I'll just keep knocking on your door again and again, louder until you fucking come.
Is it at least something halfway important, or no?
Oh, what kind of pot pie I wanted? Like, and I don't give a shit. Like, any kind of pot pie they put in would have been fine. Like, I don't have a preference. I like them all. So it was just one of those things
gotta
where
have
you're
some
like,
kind of. You gotta set something up where, like, hey, email me or personal message me, please.
yeah, that's the other thing. Is like when you found out my door was locked, you could have just sent like a text, or you could have fucking emailed me. Yeah. I need to go back to putting a sign up that just says, "Don't fucking disturb me. Like, leave me the fuck alone for like 3 hours." That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it like your brother, or who?
No, my
who was the
sister.
one that was? Oh, gotcha.
And it's like, when their doors are locked, I leave them the fuck alone. It's just the politeness. Like, or like you said, I'll send a text and just leave it at that and be like, all right, well, I did what I could. I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, they should be aware of the fact that every Thursday from about this time, you're doing a fucking show.
Yeah, it's only been a couple of years. I don't know how long it takes to get used to that, but, sooner or later they'll figure it out, I'm sure.
You would think.
Yep. Of course, now in about an hour and 10 minutes, 20 minutes or so, depending on how long the oven takes to heat up, I'll get another bang on the door. Of course, then, like, fresh out of the oven is not the time to eat that pot pie. You want to give it, like, 10 minutes to fucking sit there.
Yeah. That filling is incredibly hot.
Oh, yeah.
It does not cool down quickly since it's all sealed in there.
And I could have easily microwaved one, like, after I was done with what I'm doing now. Yeah. It would have been very easy. And it's not like there's that much of a difference between microwaving and cooking in the oven, honestly.
Yeah, not for a pot pie, yeah. There's some stuff, like pizza or, like that gets all, like, soggy or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, something about the little fucking pot pie box that you put it in with the little, like, cover on it. The little gray filmy stuff they put on to, like, brown the crust or whatever. Super, super, super works, man. Like, I can't tell the difference. Besides, when you eat a pot pie, you just put that whole thing in a bowl and stir it up real good anyway, right? I mean...
that's how I do it.
I've yet to see anybody who eats it by just, like, as a pie. Yeah, everybody I know always stirs it up,
Yeah, you mash it all up, stir it, mash it all up, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if the pie is, if the crust is perfect or not.
Oh, man. I want a KFC chicken. Oh, man. I want a KFC chicken pot pie.
I've never had one from KFC. I'll have to order one of these times.
Dude, seriously. The crust is fantastic. Obviously, the fillings and all that are fantastic. It's their chicken and their mashed potatoes and all that shit. What else is in there? Carrots for sure. Potatoes. What else? Whatever it is. It's fucking... Dude, the crust is, like, just really incredibly, like, flaky and delicious. Because with most pot pies, like the crust is okay, but it doesn't taste. It doesn't really taste good by itself. You know what I mean? And with KFC, like it's not bad. Like, even if you're just eating the crust, it's not. It actually tastes pretty decent.
Yeah. Speaking of pies, did you see the virginity pie you can order on fucking Patreon that I posted up there?
I saw the post, but I didn't actually watch the look at. I just saw your post about it.
Oh, that's all I know about it. I didn't get this. This is from somebody else posted it. So
yeah, I've seen that. That's happened before.
Yeah, I was like, number one, as virginity sales go, and first and foremost, it's like $2,000 to $3,000 to get a fucking hymenoplasty, which is a fake hymen.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, okay. You can easily get your hymen put back in place for a couple of grand. So let's be honest, this is not a virgin. You're retarded if you think it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because a virgin is not going to sell sex for fucking $25K. But as far as like virginity goes, they're selling cheap compared to a lot of other people that I've seen sell it online. But number two, like, if it really is her first time, it's usually really bad sex. Like,
yeah, it's going to be like she's not going to be used to it, so it's going to be painful for her. There's going to be
crying. You've never met each other, so you don't have any sort of emotional connection.
Yeah, it seems, it's I guess it kind of sounds appealing at first, but in reality, no.
Well, and the other thing is you could hire 25 escorts and sleep with a different one every night for almost a month, and probably all of them will tell you they're a virgin if you want them to. They'll play it up real good and make the fantasy great, and you 25 nights of 25 different escorts for the same price. And
like, $25K. This is definitely the first time I've ever done this.
And for $25K, you're going to have to fly yourself out there and stay in a hotel, or fly her to you and have her put her up in a hotel. So you're probably looking at about $30,000 at least total cost. And plus, that's really obviously prostitution. So I would be really concerned about what state she's in. I mean, some states probably just don't give a shit, but some states are definitely going to come after you.
Yeah, you would think so, yeah. I don't understand.
Really
that
funny,
was
though? What if you just own her virginity? You don't get to actually take it.
Yeah, like until you actually fuck her, she can't fuck anyone else?
No. You own the virginity. You just don't get to claim it. Like, there's nothing, you don't get to actually do anything with her, but you now own it until she loses it.
Yeah, like you have like a deed to her virginity,
like a certificate,
like that kind of thing.
Yeah. And then when somebody else takes her virginity, if the deed is no longer good, but you owned it for a while.
You can have them arrested for theft.
I just wish there'd be I kind of want there to be like a video of like some 60-year-old dude with missing half his teeth and a big ass bald spot and a big fucking beer belly, just banging this girl who's just crying.
Right. Well, I guess it's fucking scarring me for life. All right, bitch. I hope it was worth the $25,000.
Yeah, it'd be so fucking. That's what I want to see, but it's never gonna happen, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to hear the where are they now on that? 3 years later, she's just a fucking wreck.
That would be interesting because that's not a fucking rational, normal person. That's somebody with some serious fucking issues, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Because normal people might go to prostitution if they need money. Sure, okay, they're just fine with having sex with strangers for money. Whatever, you do you, not a big deal. But coming up with the whole scheme to sell virginity, that's just a whole nother level of fucking disturbed, that's just fucking weird. If it's real, that's really weird. If it's not real, that's still really weird. Oh man, the fucking e-thoughts are just, it never gets less entertaining to me.
Yeah, the shit they come up with, man. selling bath water, selling farts. Like, goddamn, it's fucking weird, dude.
I would imagine that she's got to like make people send pictures of themselves first and decide on who she's gonna bang first. You know, like the only person that's gonna get through that gate is definitely gonna be like some good looking dude that's about her age who happens to have $25K laying around and is willing to spend it on her. Yeah. Or she'll pick some nerdy looking guy she can basically take advantage of, and he'll never really fucking come. You know, like.
Yeah. I was thinking she could, that hymenoplasty or whatever the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah.
She could probably get away with, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8 different dudes thinking they were taking her virginity before they realized the scam. You know what I mean? Like, she could literally, like, fuck one dude, like, legitimately breaking her hymen, have, like, a week break or 2-week break in between, and then go to the next guy, like, no, it turns out you won. That guy skipped out. Come bust my totally original hymen.
I would imagine there's got to be ways to fake it that don't involve surgery too, though. Like, there's probably a lot of ways. And let's be real, the guy that's going to pay you $25K is probably not going to be a fucking anatomist or a doctor. He's probably not going to have any fucking idea how to know for sure, like, if he's really banging a virgin or not.
Yeah, those Hollywood blood caps or whatever that they put like in people's shirts or whatever to bust open.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of exactly. Well, because porn's been around for a long time, and there's all sorts of like porn of supposed virgins getting broken in, and
right.
Like some fucking dude posted a video to like he's like no it's real, like this is his first time. And somebody else was like, didn't your fucking boyfriend murder her child like 2 years before she started porn? So like 2 years prior to this virginity lost video, like, didn't she have a kid? Like, yeah, and he's like, but she bleeds in it. And it's like, oh, sweet summer child. That wasn't real blood. You're an idiot.
Oh my God. Yeah. Practical effects too, like not even have to be digitally entered or added.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Practical effects, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they just cut for a second and then fucking like somebody goes over with like some fucking a kit for like fake blood and puts it like makes it look real. And then, like, the guy comes over and, like, rubs his dick in it or something, and then they fucking, get a couple of pumps in there, and then he pulls back out, they cut back to it, and then it's like, oh, it looks like he just made her bleed. Ooh.
Yep, that's hymen blood. I can recognize that anywhere.
There was a fucking porn.
Hymen blood.
There was a porn I saw, a virtual reality one, when because I checked some of those out because they were kind of fucking funny. They fucking forgot to cut it. So like it was a Japanese porn, so I don't understand the language, but I'm fairly certain that when they cut and she just like pulls off the guy's dick for a minute, like takes it out of her mouth and just sits there waiting, and she's like talking with the guy, and then somebody else comes by with a syringe full of what looks like semen and injects it into her mouth, and she puts the guy's dick back in her mouth and pretends that he came.
Oh wow, that's funny.
It was like it was fucking awesome. You're just like, well, I don't think they knew that's in there on purpose. Whoops.
It kind of ruins the whole ambiance there.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't really interested in that for the ambiance of the VR porn is fucking hilarious. It's not. I don't know. It's not there yet as far as being like a real turn on for anybody, as far as I could tell. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's people that love it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I assume you would have to have like a doll or something in front of you that it's being superimposed on to be anywhere near realistic.
That would be interesting. Like if you could somehow attach sensors to the doll and they would respond to, let's say okay, so they can do a thing where they track the controllers in your hands with cameras on the headset and dots painted on the hand on the controllers, right? And that's how they'll track those. So you could conceivably have dots painted on the doll and track that through the headset and independently placed cameras around the room. Because usually there's 2 or 3 other sensors that you place around the room that pick up the stuff to track the controllers and where you're at and all that kind of stuff. Your leg sensors, your hip sensors. So that could be potentially done. I just don't know how well that would work because, like if you're getting up on top of the doll per se, you would be covering all of the dots, and it would just like the machine would be like, it no longer exists.
Right.
So it wouldn't be able to like make it, track, put the skin of whatever the person you were making the doll look like. So that would be really tough. There's a lot of stuff that would have to be involved in making that work.
Yeah, some technological hurdles to be overcome, certainly. I think they can get there, though. I have faith in humanity.
Bluetooth sensors, or sensors that can connect via Bluetooth. And if you had at least 2 things to pick up the signal and triangulate it, that would be great, but it'd be better if you put up a 3rd one. You could potentially embed Bluetooth sensors in the doll that would enable the computer to know where it was. I think it's possible.
And a map on.
It would probably take a lot of fucking engineering and programming from somebody way smarter than me. Right. But the potential is there.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get on the phone with Real Dolls. The people that make those really creepy ass dolls that look like almost real people.
Yeah.
Phaedra says most women bleed a 4th of the month. That's true. That's a fair point. Yeah, they could have just picked her period. I don't know why I was thinking they were going to all this like fucking, we're gonna like, put the fake blood on there. It's a good point. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, dude. Oh, so this is fucking funny. So this fucking one of these Discords I'm on. There's this dude who's like super left wing. He's like fucking communist, pro, everything left wing, super feminist, self-described. Did you see the fucking quote from this dude that I put in the fucking Discord?
Oh yeah, the thing about the cunts or whatever.
Yeah. Let me read that because we actually have a listener. So, but let me read that for anybody who might be listening. I've genuinely never met a cunt I respect. Sure, there's some I like being around and being nice to, even like being around dommy mommies that call me a good boy. But end of the day, deep down, if she's got a slit between her legs, she's meat. Same with trans girls, to be honest, the slit isn't a requirement. But for real, whenever I'm able to finally get off, I'll probably chill out a lot. Like, that's a fucking feminist saying that shit. Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Any of those male feminists or the feminist allies or any of that kind of shit are generally turn out to be huge sex pests, dude, and just fucking total degenerates, dude. That again,
yeah. Just to be clear, none of that is my opinion. I'm not on board with this guy at all. Like, fucking Christ.
Yeah, that's a guy that claims to be a feminist ally, right?
No, he's a super feminist communist. He's not just an ally. He's all aboard, man.
And that's what he actually thinks about
disturbing.
Women.
Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, dude.
No, still never give out his name because whatever. He's just some dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's young and this is going to be like a phase that he finally gets through when he finally realizes like how to talk to women without like having them run away.
Right. You figure out how to not be creepy.
Yeah.
You don't have to spout all that bullshit that women generally don't want to fucking hear anyway, no matter how much they claim otherwise.
The way you talk with your friends is not the way you talk to women IRL. It's most women don't like being called bitches. This one guy I know keeps calling them bitches while he's talking to them, and it's like I might have to have a talk with this guy at some point and be like, hey, look, just so you know, that's really insulting, and nobody likes that, and it's fucking cringy to have to sit and listen to you do that.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, dude. yeah, even if you're not actually using it in a derogatory way, it doesn't matter. It's just coming across badly.
It's still fucking rude. Like you're talking to some nice young lady, and you're referring to like, oh yeah, I was talking to this bitch, that. And you're like, whoa, you need to stop. Like, fucking take a deep breath, use your big boy words, and stop doing that because it's not helping you get anywhere closer to getting a girlfriend. It's not going to work.
Yeah, quite the opposite, in fact.
Well, or it'll get you a girlfriend, and it'll be a crazy girl that you really are not going to be a happy camper dating because she's going to be fucking lunatic, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there are probably people with fetishes who are into that kind of shit, but that's not how you open a conversation.
Yeah, that gets discussed later on. Shortly before you're actually going to fuck, if that's going to happen.
Or like if it's like a thing in a relationship, like she likes to be treated like, subservient or something like that. Like there's people who are into that. Like there's dudes who are into that too. So, I mean.
Yeah, out in public, still getting to know each other. Yeah. Not the time to be doing that shit.
Yeah. Oh, man. There was also somebody who flipped shit because somebody was talking about how they think the 50s aesthetic is really hot. So, like, they're not into the 50s. They just like the girls who dress up, like, in the 50s look. He thinks that's super sexy.
Right,
and some dude just started flipping shit. And he's like, they were basically slaves, and you're a terrible person. And if you like that, you're contributing to, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, like he's just talking about the look, buddy. Fucking relax. He's not doing any further damage to pictures of women that were taken in the 50s. Or even just the aesthetic, if somebody's rocking that aesthetic nowadays. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No bitches were harmed in the filming of this aesthetic.
I'm sorry. That was good. Yeah, I've never felt the need to refer to somebody like that I'm talking to as a bitch unless I'm trying to start a fight.
Yeah, no, I've definitely dropped it calling them like that, but not a lot. The word doesn't get used very much, dude. But I'll sometimes do that. But again, it's obviously not disrespectful, and it's not a regular thing.
Oh no, this was like every other word out of this guy's mouth, and I'm like,
yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was we are chatting. I'm like, I'm gonna have to talk to these people later and fucking interact. So could you not fucking be an idiot?
Yeah. So, like, this example, like, this was a very long time ago, but basically we're out partying somewhere out in the fucking desert here, like we do here, because there's nothing better to do. But basically, for some reason, this chick wanted to arm wrestle me. Right? So, like, as we're doing it, and I'm not beating her right away, I was like, damn, this bitch is strong. Like, that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah. No, that's just normal conversation. That's not weird.
Yeah, and I didn't refer to a bitch anymore, either before or after that.
You were letting her feel like she had a chance for a minute there? You were being the nice guy?
Yeah, pretty much. Although she was actually stronger than I expected her to be. But yeah, I still fucking beat her.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, you're a guy, she's a girl. It's just...
Yeah, it's kind of unfair. A little bit unfair, dude.
Even a relatively weak dude is probably going to be stronger than a relatively strong girl. You know.
Yeah. It's just the way we're built.
Yeah, it's physical mechanics. It's not even exactly. It's physical mechanics.
Yeah. Well, except for Leah Thomas, that one swimmer who decided he was suddenly a fucking woman. And went from being a mediocre fucking male college athlete to being a dominant female college athlete.
Oh, yeah.
For him, it was no difference. No advantage whatsoever, dude, with that guy. I mean, that girl.
You could call him a bitch and I wouldn't mind.
Apparently that came out. Apparently, he actually said that I can't call her she. I just can't do it, dude. There's plenty that I will, that I actually believe are trans. But yeah, I'm not calling that motherfucker a she. But yeah, apparently he came out this week saying, "Oh no, there's no advantage to that, not at all." Like, what the fuck, dude? Just say nothing, all right?
Yeah, really. At that point, just shut your fucking hole.
Just say nothing. Quit pretending that you accomplished something. No matter how bad you want to convince yourself that becoming a woman, claiming to become a woman gave you superpowers, and that's why you're winning, instead of you're born a man and were a man your entire life.
God damn. Oh, Phaedra says, wait, it's not an opening move to call somebody a bitch? No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, it can be. Although, yeah, I don't know how high the success rate on something like that would be. Hey, bitch, nice to meet you.
Oh, I was listening to a podcast, and this dude actually met his girlfriend in VR chat. But he's a professional video game streamer. But his opening line heard was, "All right, slut, get over here." So, nice. I'm sure that works sometimes, but the odds of that happening. Relatively low.
Yeah, you definitely would have to have some power, influence, whatever, money.
Be a famous video game streamer that probably everybody in VR chat knows.
Yeah.
So you can pull that off.
Yeah. Yeah, or like a Joe Rogan could probably do that and it'll work fine.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like a Joe Rogan could pull that off very easily. Oh my God.
But any of us mere mortals, probably going to be a nearly zero success rate.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, so the swimming thing made me think of this story I heard on a podcast where this guy was talking about when he was in high school wrestling. They would occasionally have to wrestle girls. Like the boys team would have to wrestle like girls because there just weren't enough girls to wrestle only girls.
Right.
And it was generally expected, but nobody ever said that you don't destroy them. You win, you don't let them win because, come on. But you do, you're gentle about it. And,
you let them think they're doing well.
You make them think they had a chance, yeah. But this one guy just absolutely fucking destroyed the girl in the wrestling match. Just did not hold back at all. And so then apparently the coach beat his ass in the training session after that.
Oh wow!
And I gotta say,
crazy.
I kind of fuck that coach. What a douchebag.
Yeah. I would say, if you want to chew him out a little and say, hey, don't ever fucking do that again.
You take him aside after that and you go, hey, look, the next time, just be gentle. You don't want to fucking cause any injuries. I understand that they're not even remotely on the same level as you, and it's kind of insulting that you have to wrestle them as if it was a real thing in a match.
Yeah.
But the competition, you just be a little more respectful of that.
Yeah.
Why not fuck gentle, come at us sideways? Most of us will fight dirty. Hey, you know what? I don't necessarily think he was wrong. I just think that the coach should have handled himself in a different way if what he was hoping for was for them not to go all out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the coach was right either side. I don't really care.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this properly. He literally beat him up, basically, literally,
he
smacked
just
him
kept
around?
throwing him to the ground and making him get back up and try again, and then throwing him back to the ground over and over.
Okay, yeah, that's still really shitty.
I'm if that was my kid, and he came home and told me about that, coach would have a meeting in the fucking parking lot with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
I'd have a meeting with that coach, and that coach would never touch him again because that coach would probably never work again because none of his fucking joints would ever function.
Yeah.
If you got a problem with the kid and you're a professional coach at a public school, you talk about it with the kid. You don't fucking get physical.
Yeah,
Period.
exactly.
Unless you're trying to like break up a fight and you got to pull kids off each other or some shit like that. Obviously, I mean, come on. But you don't get to just go beat the shit out of one of your fucking students if you're like a high school fucking wrestling coach. Whether he broke the sacred fucking thing of, oh, he made that girl cry, you know, it's like she chose to be in that fucking wrestling match and she knew she had no fucking chance. I don't think what he did was 100% right, but like 90% right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't think any of them should have been that easy on him. I think they all should have just dominated him until they left, because they were just like, this is not the sport for you to be wrestling with guys.
Yeah, there is definitely that aspect of it where you're like, dude, I think they might actually believe the bullshit and not realize how we're taking it easy on them. Like, it's getting to that point.
Exactly. I like Faders. If that were my kids, they used every dirty trick in the book. The youngest headbutts testicles. Like fucking. You know what? I appreciate that you teach your kids to fight back. That's good. That's exactly how it should be. But an adult male versus like a fucking high school student, like, I'm sorry, there's not a lot of high school students that are going to be on par with a fully grown adult man, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them might get that freakish boost of, you know, puberty hit early and they're real big, but most of them are, like, not even close.
Yeah, because, again, you might technically be, like, full grown even at 18, but you're still going to fill out a little bit, too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I genuinely thought when I was in high school I could take out any of those teachers. I mean, that was just what I thought. It's just not true, but, you know, I definitely thought it.
Yeah.
All that fucking testosterone flowing through your head making you think you're way tougher than you are. Oh, man. That's fine. I just thought that was hilarious, and I was just like, man, I kind of wonder what happened when like that kid talked to his parents later that day. Because I'm not one of those that's like he's not. It's not like he went and sought some girl out just to beat her up and pick on her. He just, you know, he went into a wrestling match and took it to the. He, in my opinion, was way more respectful than the other guys because he didn't hold back. He's like, no, this is a wrestling match. We're in a competition. I'm gonna come at you hard.
Yeah, this is what I do when I fight the guys. I don't take it easy on them, even if I'm, you know,
you want equality.
Their ass regardless.
You want equality. There it is. That's equality.
Well, again, they don't, though. They want equity.
Yeah, true.
They want equal outcome, not equal opportunity.
Yeah. Because she had every opportunity to win. She just, you know, not the ability.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because again, a man and woman the same weight, because obviously, you know, they have weight classes for fucking wrestling. Even a man and a woman the same weight, it's just not fair. For, again, a vast majority of the cases, just the way the musculature and all that shit works, it's not the same.
Oh, yeah. My buddy who was a fucking skinny computer nerd in high school, he was... Well, I met him when I was just barely still in high school. He's a couple years younger than I was. But I knew him for a while. Like, he was one of my really good friends when I was just getting out of high school and like through most of my 20s into my 30s actually. Before he just fucking went off on fucking crazy town and just never talked to me anymore. But hopefully he's still alive and it wasn't like a suicide thing, but at some point he just decided I wasn't good enough to talk to anymore. But like even that skinny ass dude was way stronger than his like big fat girlfriend, you know, like and he wasn't very strong compared to most guys, you know, like, but he could still overpower his girlfriend. He was a bigger girl. Definitely outweighed him by a good 50, 60 pounds. She did.
Yeah, and I don't understand why why people get offended by that fact. It's fucking bizarre to me.
Well, it's just the bone structure, the muscle structure, the hormones. Like, it's not like anybody did anything to be mean. It's just that's the way people are built.
Yeah, it's the way nature turned out. It's the way evolution turned out, man.
Yeah, if you're a dude throwing a punch, the angles and the connections in your joints are such that your punch is going to come out with a lot more power than somebody else, like just the way you're built physically.
Yeah.
The mechanics of your skeletal structure make make you more powerful for throwing like punches and kicks and stuff, just in general, without even like going into like muscle differences and stuff like that.
But yeah, them like, I again just do not understand finding that, like, getting angry about that fucking, it's a fact, dude. And they're like, no, you can't say that. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Well, like,
like, it's obvious to anyone. Do you remember that clip with that Adam Conover, the Adam Ruins Everything guy, was on Rogan talking about that shit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was obvious he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But he was just like, I disagree. Because, Joe Rogan was going over a lot of the stuff you just mentioned about muscle and all that kind of shit. And then he just said, I disagree.
Vader says, true, but you're obviously struggling with exact anatomical terms. Yes, I'm retarded. I know this.
But yeah, because Rogan came back with, disagree with what? What do you...
Reality?
All about everything I just said was like medical, scientific fact.
I think that one fucking saying that they always used to put at the beginning of Mythbusters really goes for a lot of the left-wing crazy policies. I reject your reality and substitute my own. Yeah. It's like, I'm mad because this is what's real and I don't like it, so I'm just going to pretend it's not real. And it's like, that doesn't fucking change anything, though, other than you being stupid now.
Yeah. It's worse than just being ignorant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not true.
Exactly.
It's not you being unaware, it's you literally not acknowledging reality.
God damn. Oh man, here's a weird thing. So I do the karaoke in VR chat every so often. I kind of haven't been doing it outside of just the events normally. So I went and started a room last night because I was just like, I'm going to try, just the regular public karaoke, singing with people for fun, randoms and stuff like that. So I'm in there. I it usually takes a couple of songs before anybody else will show up in the room. So I'm just kind of doing my own thing, singing along to whatever bullshit I find that's entertaining to sing. And some fucking dude comes in there and he's a fucking mute. And in karaoke, in VR chat, the mutes are the people they won't ever talk. They just gesture and like hang out silently all the time. They never talk with anyone. It's a real weird fucking thing to me. But fairly common in VR chat for whatever reason.
I got you.
And I'm like, what the fuck is a mute doing in fucking karaoke?
Yeah, that is fucking...
Like, if you're not gonna sing with everybody, what's the fucking point? And what better place for a mute to be willing to actually make sound than when you're singing with a group of people? Because no one's going to know, specific... It's really hard to pick out a specific voice when, 10 people are all murdering a song at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
You put on fucking, what's that? Small town girl living in a lonely world, took a midnight train going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know the song I'm talking about, yeah. But it's one of those songs, or you put on a Queen song or something, everybody knows Queen. And because it's VR chat, everybody sings at the same time, so it's not like you're singing by yourself. You've got 20 fucking other people in the room. So it's just cacophony or cacophony. I don't know how do you say that. Cacophony. Cacophony of sound. So if you're gonna be a mute, but because you're embarrassed to talk or whatever, that's the time to sing because no one's gonna know which one it's you.
Yeah, although I do feel sorry for anybody that's that timid, that level of timid, because I assume that's what it is. They're just pathologically timid.
I think it's something that's happening a lot more to a lot younger people these days, because of the way they're being fucked over and indoctrinated in school with all sorts of weird propaganda and they're all being taught racism and sexism and hate and all this other bullshit that's just not healthy for children to be oh, you're white, you're evil because you're white. That's not a healthy thing to teach children. That's you're gonna end up with people that have serious fucking issues after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If living in California, if I had kids or whatever that were in school, I would pull them out and homeschool them. Like, I would never allow them to go to school in California because, like, there's no school that's not going to just destroy them as humans, you know? And it isn't a case where I want them to, you know, want to make sure they have my values only. Because, you know, like, kids grow up and they rebel. They're going to fucking experiment and learn about all sorts of different shit that you don't necessarily agree with. It's just the standard, you know?
Yeah.
That's part of growing up. That's part of them establishing their own, like, fucking personal values and stuff. You just hope that you taught them well enough before they get to that stage that they can eventually come around to a pretty decent set of moral standards. Whether they're your standards or not, hopefully they're a decent set that you can respect.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, mainly as long as they're treating people like human beings is really the main thing. What their actual politics are is, you know, can be concerning, but for the most part.
Yeah, they don't have to agree with you, but, you know, hopefully they're coming from a good place, essentially.
Yeah. No, dude, it is definitely something that I have told my son on a fucking regular basis growing up. It's like, you know, people that disagree with you or that you disagree with, you know, it's just a disagreement. The person's not evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to have 100%.
Don't treat somebody that disagrees with you like they're the enemy, even if they're doing the same to you. Like, just fucking fuck them, but understand they're sick and that they're wrong. That their opinions are wrong.
What was it? The way my mom raised me, she always tried to answer my questions honestly and accurately. Every question.
Ooh, jeez. Okay.
So,
I can see issues, but
yeah. So, like, there were a lot of parents who were like, "Wow, your kid knows a lot. How does he know all that?" And then I'd ask a question, and she'd answer it. They'd be like, "Whoa, why did you tell him that?" And she's like, "Well, because, you know, if you treat them like they're retarded, then they end up retarded." Not in those words. She was always more polite than that.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, like, we're talking about, I'd ask questions about vitamins and shit, and she'd be like, "Well, I'm not entirely sure about all of it, but I know that there's, you know, some of those things are really helpful for your diet if you're not getting them in your regular food." So she'd give you, like, a real answer instead of like, "Oh, those are pills to make people healthy." She'd be like, "Oh, well, here, you look on the back, it's got these vitamins, and these are stuff that you need to get a certain amount of every day, but usually you get them in your food. But if you don't, you can take these pills to, you know, help get those vitamins that you need." Like, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like a child, it's not like I was asking, like, "Oh, what's sex?" You know, or something weird like that. It was just, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, and I think, and I don't know if this was good or not, but basically, I let my son know pretty early on that, like, grown-ups don't necessarily have their shit together either. You know what I mean? Like, because again, growing up, like, if nobody tells you that, and you're going just off of appearances, everybody seems to be fucking perfectly fine.
Oh, no, my parents never tried to be perfect or pretend that everything was perfect. Yeah, no, they were always like, "No, yeah, and adults make mistakes too."
Yeah. And I was like, you know, they're probably just as screwed up as the kids. And a lot of them, you know, maybe more so for having gone through whatever childhood they did.
Yeah, my dad loved telling stories about stupid shit he did that he fucking fucked up on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've definitely done that on occasion.
Yeah, and like they would never try to pretend. Yeah, if they really fucked something up and like just out of normal stuff, they'd be like, "Yeah, I fucked up." You know, like. So I never had that view of them as like these perfect beings that couldn't make mistakes. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to make sure kids know. And sometimes adults are wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes adults are just assholes.
Yeah, what was it? I was getting a ride from a friend. His dad decided to take me from the park. And at the time we left, I was fine. But then you know how kids are, like, suddenly you have to go to the bathroom. Like, kids just can't always tell yet.
Yeah.
So he decided not to fucking, and I wasn't even in first grade yet. I was like kindergarten age. So he refused to like go back, even though we were less than a minute from the park, or do anything to let me use the bathroom anytime soon. And I ended up fucking shitting my pants in the back of his fucking truck. And the whole time I'm sitting there going like, and he starts yelling at me. I'm like, "You're the asshole that wouldn't pull over and let me use the bathroom. Like, don't fucking."
Right.
No, you're the asshole.
Yeah, that's bizarre. And that wasn't even your dad? That's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it wasn't even my dad. He was
Might
my
not
friend's
be
dad.
any better.
He was my friend's
how
dad.
would you let?
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you do that to like just one of your fucking kids' friends? I mean, not that again. It's pretty fucked up if your own dad did it too, but they would at least know you better and think maybe you're full of shit or something. But yeah. Like,
oh no, I was very clear. I was like, it was like a progress of like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. Hey, look, I really gotta go. Like, I understand that you want to get somewhere, but I gotta go now. Like, this isn't an option. Oh well, it's too late now. It's in my pants. You know.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Samaj? You joined at the perfect time. We're talking about shitting pants.
Asshole.
Yeah, welcome to the Pants Shitting Podcast, Samaj. where we sit in our own mess.
I just made the connection of using the term "full of shit" figuratively in that situation.
Well, I was at the beginning of the story, but right around the end of it, I was no longer full of shit. That was definitely not a state I was in.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Oh,
I didn't realize Beto O'Rourke was going for fucking governor of Texas this year.
Yeah, he likes to take beatings apparently.
Yeah, I don't know why he thinks that's going to work out for him. That doesn't seem very likely unless they genuinely know that they're going to be able to use that monkeypox to force people to stay home and then rig all the votes, which is what I imagine they're going to try to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he thinks just because he came kind of close to beating Ted Cruz that he's actually a viable candidate.
Well, Ted Cruz was on the tail end of just having almost kept Trump out of the White House, and everybody was really not happy with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was him at his lowest point, pretty much. So, so yeah, I think he got a false sense of whatever the fuck, false sense of something. Confidence, I guess, would probably be the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, did you see somebody had a Beta O'Rourke shirt and he took a picture with him, not realizing it?
That was one of Steven Crowder's people.
Oh, no shit, was it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good
Steven
job.
Crowder no longer goes to those things because too many people will recognize him.
Yeah.
So now he has his because he has a lot more people that work for him now because his mug club thing makes a lot of money. So now he sends like teams of like 3 or 4 people to go fuck with these people. So he sent like 3 dudes down in Beta O'Rourke shirts and to go fucking crash that particular gathering and get some footage of it and see if they can do things. And they actually managed to get pictures with Beto O'Rourke.
That's pretty good. Crowder still sucks. He's still a closeted homosexual. But I'll give him that one. That's pretty fucking good.
At this point, I watch the show for its co-host. His fucking co-host is great. Like Dave. Dave is fucking amazing. So is... actually, honestly, Steven is probably like the 3rd funniest guy on that show now.
Yeah,
like because he's got his co-host Dave, and then there's the other guy Gerald. I don't know if he's like a co-host or something, but he's always there like as another co-host. Gerald and Dave are fucking great. Like I'd watch a show with Gerald and Dave any given day of the week. Definitely over watching Crowder.
Yeah. Well, no, he's had decent people. The not gay Jared guy, he was pretty decent. I didn't see the Sven computer guy a lot, but I guess he was all right too. Maybe I don't know. But yeah. The ones that he ran off. Hopefully he doesn't run these guys off too quickly either.
They seem like they're going to stay. David Landau and Gerald, I forget his last name, but they seem in for the long haul.
Yeah, well, yeah, they may be, but Crowder doesn't seem to be the type to let people hang around if he thinks they're outperforming him. You know what I mean?
Um,
Like I think that's the issue with him is he's like, oh my god, I think people think he's funnier than I am. He's got to go.
I don't know, because
I
his
don't know if he
dynamic
actually-
with Davis, like they're actually touring together and doing stand up together, like so.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah,
actually
no, I
cares.
get that it's fine right now.
I think he's
I'm
well
just
aware.
wondering how it goes.
I think he's well aware that what he does is not actually comedy. I think that's just what he uses to get around the algorithm. I think he's well aware he wants to be a news organization. I don't think he actually is legitimately a comedian. I just think he thinks, or he's trying to get around it.
Yeah, I would say it's just more popular in general, not necessarily funnier. I was thinking, no, I think if he feels like somebody is approaching his level of popularity, he's going to want to get rid of them. Does that make sense?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, Not Gay Jared is still there on the Mug Club stuff, as far as I know. I don't have a Mug Club thing, so I'm not able to see those shows. But as far as I'm aware, Not Gay Jared has his own show now on that network.
On Crowder's network, you mean, or somewhere else?
On the Mug Club. Because the Mug Club is not just the Steven Crowder show. There's a whole bunch of other shows on it now. And I think the first show that spun off was Not Gay Jared started a show with somebody else that would regularly have bits on the show. Would be a regular guest. Let me check though. I'm curious now. Let's see.
I'm wondering if his I'd be curious to see the analytics or whatever you call them for Crowder's fan base, especially the age demographic. 'Cause I feel like it's a bunch of older people. Not all, but I think a good chunk of his audience is people in their 60s and 70s. I could be completely wrong about that.
Well, he's also appealing to a lot of religious people. He's super, super fucking Christian.
Yeah. 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 Well, yeah, that's why he can't be openly gay, dude. And I think that's the main part of the reason. Because I don't think, or bisexual or whatever. He technically has fucked his wife at least once, from what I understand. They have a kid now, I think, right?
Twins. He has twin daughters, I think. Or no, it's a daughter and a son, but they're fraternal twins.
No, gotcha.
I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't pay enough attention to know for sure because I don't really care about celebrities' personal lives in a general basis.
Yeah. No, I was only doing it due to the homosexual, apparent to me anyway, homosexuality. Or I guess again, bi. I still think he leans more towards men. I've seen the way he kisses his wife in that one picture, where he's more concerned with looking to see what the picture's going to turn out for than he is actually paying attention to his wife.
He's definitely.
You guys know what picture I'm talking about?
He's definitely blown a couple of guys at some point, for sure.
Yeah. I would be shocked if that was not the case.
Let's see. What happened to Not Gay Jared? Jared was selected to become part of the show in 2015. He was a regular cast member for 3 years. Then he just disappeared. He was also a producer of the show. So on August 18, 2018, fans of the podcast woke to a sad news that Not Gay Jared was leaving the show. During the episode titled A Very Not Gay Jared Farewell. He's passing on the torch and left his fans with questions and answers. He has a wife and daughter. And typical skinny guy, he married a chubby girl.
Well, no, I remember that being a big, a huge deal because he basically quit when his wife was pregnant with his daughter.
Yeah, he was about to have a baby. That was why he said he quit. He said the workload was too much. Some people said he could have been fired. Neither Crowder nor Jared have ever been candid on the real reason why he quit. Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was some weirdness like that. Yeah.
Could have been creative differences where, like, Jared wanted to go one way and Crowder wanted to go another way, and the name on the show is Crowder, so that was kind of the end of that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, Crowder definitely wanted to go the other way. Oh, sorry.
Oh, one of the crew members, Sven Computer, was owed $10K in unpaid wages, and this was definitely causing some issues with the crew.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, it's been alleged that a lot of the people that were on the show were not getting paid properly or being paid at all. See, his real name is Jared Monroe, so he actually is Jared. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, he hasn't done anything. He's been quiet. Okay. He's active on Twitter and Instagram. Let's see. So he's actually can worked with a lot of people for doing producing stuff. So maybe he just does production work now, and he's not a face on anything, because it doesn't look like he's done anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's all I can. I don't see anything else. I'm sure there's more we could find out, but I don't know if I'm that interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I thought he had a show that he was on Mug Club, but I guess not, because I know there's other shows on Mug Club. Like, it's not just Louder with Crowder. Like, there's other shows that get done. Or is it Blaze TV now?
Does he still bust out that god-awful Bernie Sanders, where it's essentially actually Gilbert Gottfried for some fucking reason?
No, not that I know of.
Yeah, you know, have you seen what I'm talking about? He would do a thing where he's supposed to be Bernie Sanders, but he would sound exactly like how Gilbert Gottfried talked.
Oh.
It's all loud and obnoxious.
No, he doesn't do that anymore. No, that's done. Thank God.
Okay, that's good, because that was fucking obnoxious. Like, I don't know if it was some kind of inside joke. I would assume it has to be. But he did it multiple fucking times, dude. And you're like, dude, enough, man. Like, learn to do the regular, believable Bernie Sanders impression, or just fucking stop.
Oh, Crowder's like that noisy kid in the fucking classroom that fucking won't stop screaming at people. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of what you do. What is with Chungus and fucking Knuckles over here?
Oh, I 3D printed those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think I'm using my 3D printer responsibly.
Making yourself some sex dolls?
No. never ever do that.
Oh, I assume that's what the Chungus and the Knuckles were for. I mean, I just didn't want to judge,
Nope.
you
know. No. That's just to show how responsible I am.
So what kind of cables do you hook that Nintendo you made up with, though?
What Nintendo? I don't hook up nothing.
Didn't you make a Nintendo on the 3D printer?
Oh, I made a miniature.
Yeah. Just hook that up to your TV with some cables, man. Like, plug it in, and you'll be good to go.
Maybe twine. Oh, wait, that can't hold a charge because it'll just go up in flames. Yeah, no. I got nothing.
Oh, man, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. That is going to be fucking annoying forever. Like, I think it's neat that a lot of people got onto the case, but, like, honestly, I'm not that fucking interested. Like, it's fascinating to see, like, what happened. Like, it's cool that he won. But I am so ready for that to be, like, not a topic of conversation.
Well, I think part of the problem, because they're celebrities, and any celebrity will always dominate the news cycle.
Yeah.
However, it's also symbolic because it shows the end of the Me Too movement.
Yes.
So you can.
Yeah, and again, I think I mentioned it last week. I think the fact that there was a case showing, again, a prominent male, one of the most famous people on the planet, can be a victim of abuse delivered from a female, was incredibly important. for that something like that to happen.
Damn.
Yes.
Because again, I think a lot of people are under that impression, like, no, women aren't abusive.
Oh
That's men.
Yeah, I forget because I knew so
many.
many battered fucking husbands. Like, I've known a lot of dudes that got beat up by girlfriends and wives and shit. So, like, I forget that that's not something everybody had in their early life.
Yeah, I definitely never saw anything like that, or at least didn't recognize it. Well, not to that degree, certainly. There definitely weren't. Nobody I knew was getting beat up.
Oh, dude, when I was in high school, I had a friend of mine who confessed to me that he had been raped by one of his mom's ex-boyfriends. And then his mom's current boyfriend, who was a great guy, by the way, was talked about how he used to get beat the fuck up by his ex-wife. Like, she'd huck fucking, like, cups and shit at him and, like, hit him in the fucking head with a cup and stuff, knocked him out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, like, I never had... never had any doubts in my mind that women could be abusive.
Yeah, see, I never really had any of that, dude. And again, until it happened to me, and even then, like, it had to be fucking pointed out to me. Like, hey, you're in an abusive relationship. Like, the behavior you're describing, the things she's saying to you and doing, you are in an abusive relationship. You know, so yeah, I literally had no fucking idea.
Oh, I'm sure your parents tried to tell you at least a few times. Saw that. Who was it that told you that finally got it through to you? Was it like a friend or something? Because it's never the parents, even though they know and say stuff, you know?
No, it was one of my counselors in rehab.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, somebody you would trust is like a relatively not involved person. Like they have no stake in your relationship, so there's no reason for them to lie, and they're a professional, so they would definitely know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
that's kind of a nice.
It was multiple.
Yeah.
It was actually like 3 people right around the same time. All of them were basically counselor types. Like I had my group counselor guy, I had my individual counselor guy, and there was also another guy that I was seeing like as therapy. And all 3 of them basically pointed out that my therapy guy was literally like, Jesus, it sounds like she doesn't even like you, much less love you. Fuck, dude.
Dude, that's pretty fucking hardcore.
Yeah, I like that guy though. He was pretty straight out.
Oh man.
I mean, there's always a lot of problems with that. One of which being is that a lot of us guys don't really behave well in this regards. Like, for instance, like we tend to view ourselves as being stoic and that we could take it because that's essentially what's expected.
Fucking true, yeah.
Well, and there's a certain level of truth to that because we have to harden ourselves because the world's a hard place, and you have to be able to take a lot of shit the world has to offer. So, I mean, and because of that mentality, we kind of let ourselves get into these situations. Not to mention, I mean, on average, most guys don't really have a lot of experience with women, just on average. So,
it's nice when you are in a relationship that you have that sort of like sort of soft, caring, emotionally sensitive person to come home to, you know, like after a day of like being out and fucking dealing with whatever bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that was dumb. Shit.
There's always a problem. Like, it's always great to have that kind of thing to come home to, but it's more rare than anything else.
Oh my god, I saw a bird land on my neighbor's fucking roof, and I look over and I'm like, oh, that's cool because it's through the curtains. I failed to notice that directly behind the bird that I wanted to look at is the fucking sun. So I pulled the curtain back and just completely blinded myself for a minute there. Oh, that was not cool. I could still see it. Oh, that's gonna take a while to fade. Like, it was actually physically painful. It was like directly into the middle of the sun.
Oh, you gotta learn a lesson from that, don't you?
Nope, I'm stupid. I'll definitely do that again later. Just not right now. Like, it'll take a little while, hopefully. Oh, there's like 22 different shows on the fucking Mug Club network, which I guess is called Blaze TV.
Oh yeah, I forgot he hooked up with Glenn Beck, dude. Fucking
Oh,
dumbass.
there's like a lot of other people on there. It's not just Glenn Beck. Like Ruben's on there, and like a bunch of other
Yeah, he owns
fucking
it.
typical conservative pundits.
Yeah, Glenn Beck is the owner or whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought Mud Club was all Steven Crowder. I didn't realize that was Glenn Beck that done.
I don't know how well he's connected, but Blaze TV is owned by Glenn Beck, is what I'm saying.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know why he needed to do that because he was already pretty fucking popular. You know what I mean? Like,
did not know that. I genuinely had no idea that was because I've never really considered getting into it. Like, it's I'm not going to spend like $100, but it's the Mug Club is through Blaze TV, so.
Yeah, I guess he bought the rights to that when he signed up. I don't know. That's weird.
I have no idea how any of it works. But they've got Glenn Beck. Let's see, Ruben. Glenn Beck does a couple of different shows. I'm looking to see if there's anybody else that I know who's like an actual personality. I'm sure they all are somewhere on YouTube or at some point like comedians or something. Oh, what's that girl? She looks familiar, like Rachel something or other. I can't fucking read her name. For some reason, her name is in cursive, and it's like that's dumb.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who the other ones are on there. That one.
Steve Deese.
Who's the ones that just got into it with fucking the ones that got into it with Jack weird beard guy Jack Goldman. Oh no, Goldman's his real name. Jack Murphy. Are those two? I think those two hosts are part of the Blaze.
I see Phil and Jace Robertson. They have beards, like big ZZ Top beards.
No, Jack Murphy was a guest. Jack Murphy, you remember the whole Jack Murphy thing where he was like, "Fuck you, heartfelt." When they were bringing up how he wrote an article about being a cuck and sending his girlfriend out to fuck young guys or whatever.
No, I don't remember that, but it sounds entertaining.
Dude,
it just looks like the typical fucking conservative pundits. Oh, I'm sure you did. I just don't remember it. That doesn't mean you never told me. There's only so many things that are going to stick in my fucking head, dude. Like, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that one was fucking crazy because he completely melted down and did exactly the opposite of how he should have reacted to everything. And totally brought, because he's like a men's life coach allegedly, charging like $1,000 a month or some crazy fucking amount.
Oh yeah. I remember vaguely talking about some guy who was like a men's life coach who was all into cucking, and it was like, well, you're kind of fucking dumb. You know, like,
yeah. Hey, give me a minute. I'm on my game here. Hopefully, it doesn't kick me off for one thing, and then hopefully I can get a picture. If I show you the picture of his beard, because it's that beard where like the outer 2/3 are pure white, and then the middle third is black, and he's bald.
Oh man! Oh, you know what I hope Johnny Depp does? I hope he takes $3.5 million of the winnings that he gets from Amber Heard and pays that charity that she said she was going to donate the $3.5 million to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome, dude.
That would be the ultimate fuck you move from Johnny Depp. To be like, well, she decided she didn't have to make good on her word, but you know what? You guys were promised some money, and this is a lovely charity. Here you go. I think that would be the final nail in her coffin if he did that. I think that would just fucking destroy her. Yeah. Like, she's already probably not going to be very popular for a very long time, but...
Yeah. No, it's definitely been thrown out there as a suggestion, and it definitely seems like something he would totally fucking do. Even if nobody suggested it to him, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, sure, he's probably already thought about it. I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he would be the type of like, I'm just going to do it because it seems like the right thing to do, and it's kind of nice that it'll make her look fucking horrible. Like, the motivation is not to make her look horrible. It's just a nice benefit.
I would
That kind of
imagine.
thing.
I would imagine he's probably quite satisfied with having won the case. Like, I don't imagine he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who needs to gloat or to rubber nose in it or any of that kind of nonsense. Like, he's just going to be like,
Yeah.
I won the case, bitch. Fuck you, and then go on about his life. You know, you just forget about her and just move on to fucking some other.
In fact,
hot
I would
chick.
give the full amount. Yeah, I wouldn't give any to the ACLU because fuck those people. But yeah, I would definitely give that amount, maybe the whole fucking thing, if he's in a position to do that, to the Children's Hospital.
Oh, I would specifically donate the $3.5 million. That is exactly the amount that I would donate.
Yeah.
I'd want to make damn sure everybody knew exactly why I was doing it.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny though, yeah. Or if he doubled it, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, because she was supposed to pay 3.5 to the Children's Hospital, 3.5 to the ACLU. You don't want to. Again, they fucking came after him pretty goddamn hard through.
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. No, I was just talking about the Children's Hospital, not the ACLU.
Yeah.
Naturally, I would assume
7.
that he's not going to donate money to a place that to a company that went after him like that. No, yeah, of course not.
Yeah. So I would give the not even just a 7. I would be like, well, she's never going to pay. Never mind. She's never going to pay him the money she owes him.
Oh yeah, well, she doesn't technically owe. She's not obligated to in any real legal sense of the term. Like, yeah, she said she was going to give them money, so she should. But realistically, I could say, "Oh, I'll give you $40 next week," and if I never give you $40,
hey! I'm talking about what she owes Depp.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the charities. What she owed them.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what she owes Depp. It's highly unlikely that he's ever going to see all that.
Oh, yeah. No, he's probably not going to get all that. He'll probably have to start, like...
No, I thought you were talking about Depp, and I'm like, no, there's actually some pretty strong things that they can go after to get the money from people.
Hopefully, like, I don't know if she owns any property. Does she own any houses or anything like that? Because you can take their property and sell it.
Yeah. Apparently she had, like, some vacation home. I forgot where the fuck it was, but it was like $1 million vacation home somewhere. So, yeah, she's definitely got some shit.
I feel like when you're in court case and you've lost and you owe somebody money, like, it should just be immediately transferred from your account to their account, like, at the end of the fucking day. Like, there shouldn't even be an option on how to pay it. It should just be like, well, we're going to take it out of this account. We're going to do it right now, and that's it. We're done.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to leave someone destitute, so you don't want to take... but yeah, if they have it and they're fine, they're not going to be homeless or something if you do take it, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it should just be fucking gone. Fuck the appeals. You want to put it into an escrow account or something while the appeals happen? That's fine. But
well, let's just say you have to leave a minimum of $5,000 in the account.
Right, yeah.
So, like, as long as there's at least $5,000 left in their account, that everything else goes to whatever, your debt they owe to that person. Whatever the settlement was. It shouldn't be an option where you have to wait for them to pay you. It should just be like, okay, well, we're going to call your bank and they're going to transfer this amount from your account to their account and we're done. And we're not going to talk about it anymore, and so we're not going to waste any more time. There's not going to be any more of this bullshit. Fucking, we're not coming back to court. You're not going to have to pay lawyers anymore. Dunzo.
Yeah.
Although there was a case. Okay, so there's like a lot of situations where banks will basically steal houses, right? Like they'll find ways to like foreclose and make you. And even sometimes if you're not late on your payments, they'll just take your house and there's not much you can do unless you can afford lawyers. Well, they just decided to take this guy's house, right? Well, unfortunately for them, he actually did get good lawyers, and he won a huge case. He not only got the house back, but he got a huge amount of money penalty-wise from him. And so they decided this bank was like, well, never going to fucking pay him. Like, good luck collecting, ha ha ha, fuck you. So he fucking got the sheriff's department and went and took one of their branches over.
Damn, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Like, he literally went and just was like, oh, well, this branch, it's mine now. Legally, like, he got it through the court. That's how good his fucking lawyers were.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Bank paid him that day. There were no more issues. They paid all the money they owed him. Because they tried to go after him, and then the judge was just like, well, you tried to take his house. I don't really see a problem with him taking your bank. It seems about fair to me if you're not going to pay him.
Yeah. Suddenly you have a moral issue with taking other people's shit, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How's that going to work out for you there?
Yeah.
Although
dude, that's such an evil thing to do, though, man.
Oh, God, dude. Well, there's like places.
Bills.
Say what? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, you got a guy that's paying his bills and all that shit, and you decide to just try to jack his fucking house from him.
Oh, this is a fucking business that politicians get into as well. There's a lot of places where they'll not tell somebody that they owe property tax, and they'll not realize that they haven't paid all their property tax, and it'll be like the difference will be like 50 cents, $500, something that most people could probably just pay off. And they'll just take the property, and it's illegal because the Supreme Court made it illegal for the city or county or the state to profit off of this, so they can't just take your whole house for a $500 debt. So what they do is they get the $500 for the government, and then they just give the house in exchange to their companies that either the politicians like the mayor or the governor or whatever actually own specifically, or that their family owns.
Yeah.
So that they then get all the money from it. And I'm like, I'd personally ventilate somebody's fucking skull for that. Like, you take my house and everything I own, I'm going to take every last penny I can get together, and I'm going to buy a gun, and I'm going to kill you. If you steal my shit to that extent.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened, dude.
And I wouldn't make any sort of threats. It just would happen one day. That person would just be dead. You know?
Yeah. And I would be officially out of town with alibis.
Oh, I'd be somewhere else. Yeah, no, there's no way they'd be ever going to time me to that. But, like, you know, like, I don't understand how that doesn't work out, because, like, nobody's ever come after any of my stuff. But, I mean, like, I'd do that over a car. You rip me off for a fucking car that's like $5,000 or something, you know? Like, all right, well, you stole $5,000 from me. You're going to be dead, so you're not going to spend a single fucking penny.
Yeah, well, I might not kill him, but I would definitely beat the shit out of him and cause at least $5,000 in damage.
You're a lot nicer than I am. I just make sure they never spend a single fucking penny on my money.
Well, if you're like breaking a shitload of their bones and they survive, I feel like
they changed the rules. You get 30 to 90 days to pay the debt and get it back now, depending on the state. Oh, see, a lot of these places, what they'll do is they'll not send out that 30 to 90 days notice, so the person doesn't know that they still owe money, and they get no notice of any kind.
Yeah, or if they get it, it's like 3 days after it's foreclosed
on,
or
they'll mail it to the wrong address intentionally. So they can say, well, we mailed it. It's up, you know, it's not our problem. Because I just read...
we got this other address on file.
Yeah, I just saw a thing about it that happened this year in a city in like fucking... I forget what city it was, but it was some black lady who was like a fucking nurse, works with the neurosurgeons. I don't know what there was like a specific term for the kind of nurse she was, because she helps with the neurosurgery shit. So she's not even like, you know, some fucking random like fucking retail worker. She's like a pretty fucking high paid, you know, medical professional, I would assume.
Yeah. If you're working for, neurosurgeons make fucking shitload of money, dude. So you'd imagine the nurses would too. So yeah, I'm sure they have a special.
Well, certainly enough to pay the $500, no problem, that she still owed.
Yeah. Yeah, that still blows my mind.
OR nurse, operating room nurse, that makes sense. I'm telling you, like that's supposed to be what happens, but it doesn't. It didn't happen in the case I saw, and it didn't happen in any of the other cases they discussed. One of their favorites, though, is to also go after people who are like so old that they're just not capable of handling all the bills and stuff properly anymore, and maybe they don't have anybody to help them out. Because there was one where the one that got to the Supreme Court, I believe, was a case over like 50 cents of like unpaid property tax. And the only reason was because, the guy was just kind of getting older and had trouble keeping track of stuff. So, they just took him for his whole fucking house over 50 cents.
God damn, dude.
I just think,
I don't
unless
understand
the
that
debt
level of fucking greed.
I would say unless the debt is more than 50% of the value of the property, they shouldn't even be on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It should be a fucking huge amount before it gets anywhere near that fucking point.
Or make a law that only allows them to sell the house and you get everything other than the debt.
Yeah.
And it has to be sold publicly. And also, it can't be sold to like private companies. It has to be put up on the open market.
Yeah. And I would also say you would have to have something where you have to know the person got notified, and they have 30 days from whenever they get notified officially, like by a certified letter.
It should, it should be one of those sign-on delivery things. Yeah, certified, where they got to sign that they received it.
That seems like it would take care of a lot of that bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's not at all surprising that it would be left-wing states that are that corrupt. Yeah, primarily.
Yeah.
One, it's not every, it's usually like this one city in that one fucking state. It's not usually like all of them. It's just
just a small little corrupt corner or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not as
where they got enough people to be in on it. Yeah.
Like, what was that movie, Falling Down, I think? No, not Falling Down. The one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, where he beats the guy up with the big fucking piece of wood in the casino. Because they were basically... I forget what it's called. Damn it. But the whole concept is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an ex-military guy that comes back to his hometown to find out that, like, the politicians and this casino, people running the casino are all crooked and fucking everyone else over and basically keeping everybody destitute so that they can live in, like, wealth because they control all the businesses this way somehow. Between the guy being the mayor of the town and they have the sheriff and everything. And it's based on a true story, so not quite as dramatic as it is in there, but, like, the guy fucking actually, like, ran for sheriff and won the fucking position and cleaned up the town and all that. IRL. But in the movie, he just beat the fuck out of them all with 4x4s over and over. Yeah, it does happen a lot, that's true. We only hear about the occasional one that got really royally fucked over. Man.
Ace.
Oh, it smells like dinner. It's almost ready. I can smell that pot pie in there. Yeah. It smells good. Oh, is Samaj still fucking muted and deafened? Son of a bitch. Because I was going to say we should say goodbye, but I don't want to just, like, ditch him.
Oh, yeah. What time is it? Oh, yeah, shit, it's already 6.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
No, I've got nothing else to go with at this point. Like, it's time to call it a day.
Yeah. I was going to talk about how I'm probably going to end up fucking my ex sometime in the next couple weeks, dude, but maybe we should save that until after I actually do.
Fucking Christ. Don't. Fucking don't. Get a hooker. Buy a large dog and fuck the dog. You'd be better off. No, don't really do that. That's gross. But.
Yeah. But she's single now, though. Like, I think their relationship's actually over.
Oh, fucking
I
Christ.
can shoplift booty. Sorry, I should have brought that up earlier. We
Get
can sign
condom.
off, dude.
Get a condom. Make sure you use a condom. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, after this much time, it's been at least a couple years, maybe. I don't know how long it's been since I fucked, but it's been at least 2 years. Anyways, Yeah, we'll save it for next time.
Nice.
Anybody that's still here, thanks for sticking around. And blah blah.
Oh, and as Samaj would say, rabble, rabble.